Scene 1. The Great Hall of the Galactic Council. Representatives from dozens of worlds sit in a curved amphitheater. Holographic displays flicker above. Tyne stands center stage, hands trembling as he holds a datapad. Tyne, voice cracking, honored council members. I come before you not for trade or politics, but for the survival of my people. Dawn, leaning forward from his elevated seat. Please continue, Ambassador. Tyne activates a hologram. Images of burning cities and destroyed ships fill the air above the stage. Tyne, 3 months ago, the Krath Empire attacked our outer colonies. We thought it was raiders, pirate with stolen ships. Voice growing stronger. We were wrong. The hologram shows massive black warships. Tyne, 40 dreadnoughts, 100 cruisers, countless smaller ships. Our defense fleet, 12 patrol boats and a converted mining platform. Murmurs ripple through the assembly. VEX. Standing. The Krath haven't expanded in over a century. Surely they'll be satisfied with what they've taken? Tyne, interrupting sharply. There's no negotiation with the Krath. They sent us a message after taking our first 3 worlds. Surrender completely, or watch your civilization burn. The hologram changes to show Valeri families being loaded onto slave ships. Tyne, they destroyed our fleet at New Garden Colony in minutes. 17 ships, 3,000 crew, 2 million colonists. Whispering, gone. Silence fills a hole. Dawn, what assistance do you require? Tyne, a military fleet. The Krath have 30 worlds under siege. In 6 months, there will be no Valeri left except as slaves in Krath mines. Council members begin speaking up with offers, medical supplies, refugee transport, research vessels. Lee, from the back, what about the humans? Everyone turns. Lee stands, young and determined. Dawn, surprised. With respect, Counselor Lee, your species has been part of galactic civilization for only 50 years. Your military capabilities are limited. VEX, human technology appears several decades behind galactic standards. Primitive kinetic weapons, basic armor plating. Lee, calmly, that may be true, but we have ships and we have people willing to fight. Tyne, desperately hopeful, how many ships could Earth contribute? Lee, I would need to contact my government, but I believe we could mobilize significant forces within 2 weeks. Other council members exchange skeptical glances. Tyne, grabbing onto hope, please. My people are dying every day. Every hour you delay means more Valeri children on slave ships. Lee, nodding seriously, I'll send a message immediately. As the session breaks up, other members approach Tyne with sympathy but little real help. Tyne watches Lee speaking rapidly into her communication device. Tyne, to himself, it's not much, but it's all the hope we have left. Act 2, The Battle. Scene 2, Human Military Command Center. Screen shows star maps and fleet positions. General Blake stands before his staff. Blake, show me the Krath fleet composition again. Major Parks, 300 ships total. Sir, 40 dreadnoughts, each 3 times the size of our largest battleship. Blake, and our available forces? Parks, the 3rd and 7th fleets. 100 ships total, including carriers Lincoln and Washington. Blake, studying the numbers, 100 against 300. I've fought worse odds. Captain Morris, studying combat footage. Sir, look at their formations. No coordination between units. Each soldier, each ship fights individually. Blake, smiling slightly, overwhelming individual strength, but no teamwork. Colonel Williams, their ground tactics match. Sir, no combined arms, no coordination, just brute force. Blake, standing, addressing his staff, the Galactic Council expects us to fail. They see our kinetic weapons and basic armor and think we can't compete. Pointing to displays, but they are thinking about this wrong. This isn't about having better guns. This is about how you use what you have. Scene 3. Bridge of the Human Destroyer Hampton. Captain Morris stands center stage as her crew works at stations around her. Multiple screens show approaching enemy ships. Morris. Intercommunicator. All ships. This is Morris. Execute Plan Delta. Hit them from multiple angles and keep moving. The stage lighting shifts to show space battle. Red for enemy, blue for humans. Morris. Communications. Get me the fleet commanders. Other ship captains appear on screens around the bridge. Morris. Ladies and gentlemen, we are outnumbered 3-1. The enemy has better individual ships and stronger weapons. The Galactic Council expects us to run after the first battle. Pausing. But we're not going to fight their kind of battle. We're going to fight our kind of battle. Scene 4. Craft Flagship Bridge. War Leader Voss stands before a massive tactical display showing the battle. Battle Master Kane. Cowards. They run every time we close distance. Are all humans this week? Voss. Studying display carefully. Signal the fleet. All ships advance in line formation. We'll crush them with overwhelming firepower. The craft formation moves forward like a massive wall. Morris. Watching from her bridge. All ships. Execute Plan Delta. The human fleet splits into 4 groups, spreading out like fingers of a hand. Kane. They run again. Voss. Slowly. No? Something's wrong. Maintain formation. Suddenly, all 12 human ships open fire simultaneously. 300 missiles streak across space. Voss. Snarling. Impossible. No species fires as many missiles at once. Kane. Sir, each human ship carries over 200 missiles. They are firing everything they have. Craft shields flicker and fail under constant bombardment. Morris. Calmly, as explosions light the stage. Richmond. Execute gravity slingshot maneuver. Use the sun's radiation to mask your signature. Captain Lopez. From another screen. Understood. Deploying mine spread. Now. More explosions. The rigid craft formation begins to break apart. Voss. All ships. Pursue the humans. We'll run them down individually. Morris. Smiling grimly. That's exactly what we wanted you to do. Scene 5. Ground battle scene. Colonel Davis stands with his officers around a tactical map. Davis. The craft are landing 50,000 troops. They expect to overwhelm us through superior numbers and individual strength. Sergeant Rodriguez. Sir, they're coming down in the central square, just like our intelligence predicted. Davis. Pointing to the map, artillery positions here, and here. Tank units in concealment behind these buildings. Snipers in elevated positions. When they land, they'll find themselves in a kill zone. Sound of approaching dropships fills the air. Davis. Into radio. All units. This is command. Remember your training. We don't fight fair. We fight to win. Battle sounds begin. Explosions. Gunfire. Radio chatter. Battlemaster Gore. Voice over radio. Desperate. Where are their warriors? We see only their weapons, but not the soldiers firing them. Davis. Grimly satisfied. That's because we're fighting smart, not hard. Act 3. The victory. Scene 6. Emergency session of the Galactic Council. Representatives crowd the hall, voices buzzing with excitement and confusion. VX. Incredulous. Impossible. The humans have destroyed 18 craft vessels in 1 week. How are they doing this with primitive technology? Dawn. Calling for order. Ambassador Tyne. Please provide the latest report. Tyne. Standing with renewed hope. Honored council members. The human fleet has lifted the siege of 3 Valeri worlds. The craft forces are in full retreat. Hall erupts in surprised murmurs. Jorik. But intelligence reported the craft had overwhelming superiority. 300 ships against 100. Tyne. The humans don't fight the way we expected. They attack from multiple directions, coordinate their strikes, and disappear before the craft can respond. Lee, standing, activating a display. If I may explain our doctrine to the Council, human military strategy is based on combined arms and force multiplication. We use our weapons together to create effects greater than the sum of their parts. The display shows coordinated human ship movements. Lee, we also employ asymmetric warfare. We don't try to match the enemy's strengths. We attack their weaknesses and force them to fight on our terms. Scene 7. Space Battle Climax. Admiral Stone stands in a command center as a decisive battle unfolds. Captain Torres, Admiral, the craft are concentrating their entire fleet around the Valary homeworld. 200 ships in blockade formation. Stone, nodding, signal all fleet commanders. Begin Operation Thunderbolt. The human fleet approaches from multiple directions simultaneously. Supreme War Leader K.A. on enemy ship bridge. All ships maintain formation. Prepare for battle. Suddenly, craft communications begin failing. K.A. frustrated. What's happening? Orders aren't getting through. Craft officer, it's jamming technology. Sir, the humans are interfering with our command frequencies. Stone, calmly, begin coordinated strikes. All vectors, all targets. Human ships appear from 6 different directions at once. K.A. desperately, this isn't warfare. This is chaos. How can we fight an enemy that refuses proper battle? Morris, over communications. We're not interested in proper battle. We're interested in winning. The space battle intensifies with coordinated attacks from multiple directions. Scene 8. Final scene in the Galactic Council Hall. The atmosphere is quiet, almost reverent. Battle reports play on holographic displays. Dawn, breaking the silence. In 4 weeks of combat, the human fleet has achieved what our combined forces could not accomplish in 300 years. They have broken the craft empire. Tyne, simply, the humans saved us. When no one else could help, they came and fought for us. VEX, nervously, the human victory wasn't achieved through superior technology or numbers. They used tactics none of our experts had considered. General Blake enters with Admiral Stone and Colonel Davis. Their presence fills the chamber. Blake, honored council members, I've come to report on the conclusion of military operations. The Krath Empire has agreed to complete ceasefire. All occupied worlds have been liberated. The statistics appear on displays. Overwhelming human victory with minimal casualties. Dawn, directly. How? How did you achieve this victory against such odds? Blake, looking around the chamber. We didn't fight their kind of war. We fought our kind of war. Stone, the craft expected individual ship combat. Instead, we used coordinated fleet tactics and concentrated firepower from multiple directions. Davis, on the ground, they expected warrior-to-warrior combat. We used combined arms doctrine, everything working together as a single system. Counselor Ricks, nervously, General Blake, what you described sounds like a completely different approach to warfare. How did your species develop these methods? Blake, seriously, through necessity. Humans have been fighting wars for thousands of years. We learned that victory goes to the force that coordinates most effectively. Pausing, we also learned that war isn't about honor or fair fighting. War is about achieving your objectives while preserving your forces. Silence as implications sink in. Dawn, carefully. The Council is grateful, but we must ask, what are humanity's intentions now? Blake, humanity seeks only peaceful coexistence. We intervened because the Valary asked for help, and we had the ability to provide it. Stone, however, we believe the galaxy needs to reconsider its approach to military doctrine. The craft weren't defeated by superior technology. They were defeated by superior thinking. VEX, are you offering to share your military knowledge? Davis, We're offering to help establish a new approach to galactic defense, not to create human-dominated forces, but effective ones. Blake, quietly, there's something else the Council should know. The forces that defeated the craft represent approximately 10% of humanity's total military capability. Absolute silence. Dawn, barely a whisper, 10%? Stone, Earth maintains 15 full battle fleets plus planetary defense forces and strategic reserves. We held back because we were unsure of conventions and wanted to minimize casualties. Blake, humanity doesn't want to dominate the galaxy through military force. We want to protect it. The universe is dangerous, and there are threats out there none of us have encountered yet. When they appear, we need to be ready to face them together. One by one, Council members stand requesting human military assistance. Tyne, last to speak, the Valeri people will never forget what humanity did for us. You gave us back our freedom, our worlds, our children. But more than that, you gave us hope. Looking around, when we asked for support, the humans delivered something far more valuable. They delivered victory, and they delivered it with precision. Lights slowly dim as the weight of humanity's revelation settles over the galactic community. End of play. Final note. This script transforms the original narrative into a dramatic 3-act structure, focusing on key moments of tension and revelation. The dialogue drives character development while maintaining the strategic complexity of the military campaign. Stage directions allow for creative interpretation of space battles and alien environments.